sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? DD19 here, and today we are doing a new type of video, and this is going to be called Posing with Daredevil 19. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I pose my figures, what types of poses you can do for certain characters, how to look up certain poses to get your characters into, and just the basics of posing action figures. So most of you have asked me to start off with a Dragon Ball figure, so we are starting off with my favorite character, Bardock, and right here I just have him in a basic blasting type pose, which is a pose I use a lot when I pose around my Dragon Ball figures. To me, that's like a badass pose, like, yeah. So, before we get into it, I just want to show you what I do. So, you don't need a diorama for this or anything. You could just, of course, you could just put it on your display anywhere. You can pose your figures anywhere you want. I'm just using a diorama just to throw more life into the video. But what I usually do when I pose around figures is I take all their accessories out. As you can see right there, I got all of Bardock's accessories ready to go. And the box I have out here just to give you examples of poses you can do with that figure. You could try to replicate some of the poses you see on the back of the boxes the figures do come in, and I will do a couple of these just to show you guys. And then another thing you can do also is go on Google or whatever search engine you go on and just search the character's name, and there'll be a variety of types of poses you can do, like this one where he's tightening the bandana around his head, or this one right here, or just you could do that one even though he's not battle damaged. This picture here with Goku, this one here. So there's lots of options on Google for you to find types of poses you can put your figure into. So let's put him in, let's do this one right here, okay? So I'll put him in that top left pose, which is a very, I guess, iconic pose you see Bardock in. It's from the beginning of the movie, so let's put that to the side. We'll use this to put his foot up on. And since he doesn't have the bandana in it, we cannot remove the bandana, so that's just going to have to go along. And this one, he's smirking. I already have the smirking face on there, and pretty much has two fists. So let's get this hand off and give him the other fist there. Damn it! Peg that on. Okay. So we got to get his left leg up. Alright. Get that up a little bit, do that. Kind of got to shift him over a bit as well. And this is kind of in the way as I'm posing it, but oh well, because there's only so much stuff you can do when posing a figure. Alright, so we got to do something like this. And he's looking up at his friends. Got to turn that way. Shift his, maybe I'll shift the upper torso over more so this doesn't get in the way too much. And harder to pose figures with the damn camera there, but can still do it. Alright, so just about there. The only thing I don't like is how this sticks up. That's the only thing that's going to be getting in the way. So just did it quickly like in the picture. I'm going to show you guys the picture again. It's not 100% perfect, but I mean, good enough, as you can see there. Let me give you guys a closer look there. So it's not too difficult when you can find a picture or something to copy off of, so you can get a better idea of how to pose the figure and get it into a pose that you like. Now let's try another pose. So we'll do this one. Then we'll do that one, and maybe we do that one as well. So I'll do the tying of the bandana first, and that he has the regular face. So let me swap that out quickly. Alright, so there's the face that we need. Pop that on there, get the bangs back on here. Alright, so he's just pretty much in a basic like standing pose, and he's got his hands behind his head like he's tightening the bandana. I mean, we can't actually have him do it, but we can make it where his head hides his hands, so then it looks like he is tying the bandana, which is which is deceiving whoever's looking at the picture, because he's not really tying the bandana, but it looks like he is. And this is a very easy pose to do here, so there we go. That's a very simplistic pose to pull off right there. And it looks dope, because it looks like he's tightening his bandana. So that's a more easier pose to do for a figure like Bardock here. Now the next pose I'm going to try to do is this one right here. Like I said, when you have a picture to go off of, I mean, you can freestyle it too. That I do enjoy freestyling a bit more, because you just come up with poses yourself that you could think of. But having a picture to show you how to pose it, whether it's a picture of the figure or just a picture you find on the internet, is probably one of the best ways to find cool poses to put your figures in. Now this one here, he has the angry teeth gritted face, so let's swap the head or face once again here. Alright, got that face ready. Peg that on, get this stuff here and get that on. Now let's replicate this pose here. So we got to do that with that arm. Kind of tilt his head up a little bit. It is, his torso is crunched forward a bit, and we got to have this hand more outward, and we got to bend the knees a little bit here. Alright, something like that. Got to get the head up more. And put the torso a bit more on an angle. So even though I had the pose pretty much down, I try to perfect it the best I can once I have his feet in place. That's another thing with me with posing. I need to be able to put the feet flat on the ground. If I can't do that, it just bugs me, it irritates me. You know, I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that is something that does really bug me, when their feet aren't flat on the ground. So once I get their lower portion situated, then I work on the upper portion of the figure there until I get, like I said, till I perfect the pose that I want to get the figure into. And I think right about now I have it the way I want it. I didn't do it identically, but pretty damn close. I wanted to do it my way. Like, you can copy off photos, and you don't have to do it exactly the way they do. You could do it like that and then add maybe subtle differences on it to just make it the way to your liking. You know what I mean? So this is the next pose. What is this? Pose 3, I believe. And this is probably one of my favorite poses for Bardock. I really dig this pose here. Pretty darn cool, if I may say so myself. Like, that was one of my favorite poses. The first pose I had him in when I started the video, that's another one of my favorite Bardock poses. And let me try to find some more. We'll do a couple more poses, then we'll wrap my video up here. So that's another pose, unless, yeah, we only did 3 poses. So we're going to do, I'm going to do a freestyle type pose right now. Now this one, I'm going to do something similar here, but I want to have him have the energy effect. So I'm just going to move some things around here. Let me get the legs situated here. Move the head over some more. I think I'll leave the left fist on. I need this hand here. Let's get that on there. Give him the energy effect here. See, and this is what I mean about freestyle posing. I'm not going by any pictures or anything. But like I said, that is one of the best ways to pose figures. Going off pictures or images of the figure that you do see. You can even look up the way other people pose their figures and borrow their idea. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, it's an action figure. You're posing it around. If you like a certain pose, you've seen someone put a figure in, hell, put your figure in that pose. I've done it plenty of times before. So this is just a freestyle pose here. This is probably another one of my favorite poses to put Bardock in, where he has the energy effect. Ready to use it against Lord Frieza. But it's another, like, basic-ish type pose. But it's just a cool pose for Bardock there, as you can see. So that's another type of pose you could put him in. There's just... when you get a good figure, the posing options are endless. Bardock doesn't have a whole ton of accessories, so you can't put him in as many poses as you can, but you could still put him in a pretty damn good amount of poses. Now, if you want to... I'm going to do another freestyle pose, actually. This is going to be another one of my favorite poses to put Bardock in. So, need to get that off. I think I will get the fist here. And I want to switch to the yelling, screaming face. And 99% of the time I like using the scouter, but I want to switch it up for you and just show you a picture, or a pose, not a picture, a pose of the figure without... oh my god. Thought I dropped his ear. I want to show you a pose of the figure without the scouter. Damn it! Keep dropping everything. Be careful with this ear, because if you drop it, it might be long gone forever. So let's get a pose with him without the scouter, just to switch it up a bit. And like I said, this pose I'm about to put him in is another one of my favorite poses. This is a favorite pose of mine for just a Dragon Ball figure in general, not just Bardock here. So I like poses like this. Let's see how wide we can get the legs. See, his ankle pivot only goes so far, and the left foot isn't flat on the ground. The right one is, but stuff like that bugs me. But I'm going to go along with it just to show you the pose here that I'm trying to get him in. So this is another like just blasting pose. And I think I'm going to get a turntable. I think I'm going to order one right now actually. And for when I do these videos, you can see the figure spinning in a full 360 and get an entire view of the pose of the entire figure. I think that'll be pretty cool. But this is another one of my favorite poses for Bardock. It's just a blasting pose, but I like how you get the legs, you bend the knees a little bit, you crunch the torso a bit forward, you have the right hand in a fist, like he's like, ah, you know what I mean? And then you have the left hand ready to just blast anybody getting in his way. Then you have the yelling, screaming face sculpt on there, and you can have it with the scouter or without the scouter. That's another thing I like about this Bardock. You have the option to use his scouter or not use his scouter. So that's another pose I really do dig with this figure. And then we'll do one more pose and then wrap this video up. Alright, so the next type of pose I'm going to do is kind of a classic Bardock pose. Even though he's not battle damaged, I still want to put him in this pose right here. So let's get this all set up. I think I'm going to keep this hand on there. Alright, and then I got to get... maybe I'll switch it to the other hand actually. Oh, good. I have the energy effect still on there. There we go. We got to get that back pretty far. And then we need to kind of arch him to the side a bit. Give him the yelling, screaming face. No scouter once again. Got to bring up the right knee. Drop down the left leg a bit. Let's see here. Alright, I think I pretty much got it. Just got to put him on a stand. Alright, so this is another dope pose to put Bardock in. No, I might just leave him in this pose actually. And then I also like doing just regular basic standing poses. I mean, those poses are very simple to do. And look badass once you have a character in that pose. So this is the last pose we're going to end it with. And this is a very iconic look for Bardock here. Like I said, I might just leave him in this pose because it looks so damn awesome. I love this pose here. Like I said, I need to get a turntable. It'll be much better for these types of videos. But this is another dope pose you could put Bardock in. Like I said, all I did was look up pictures for references on how to pose Bardock. Which, like I said, is probably the best way to pose figures. look up pictures or look on the back of the box if you like a specific pose. Try to replicate it and put them in that pose. You don't have to make it identical, as I said, but you could do it very similar to give it that type of look. Like that left hand, I should have put maybe this hand on it to make it look more like this hand, but I like the way that hand looks a bit more, and I didn't tilt his head as much, but you could do it any way you want. So that is episode number 1 of posing with DD19. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you do have any questions about posing, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and let me know how you liked this first episode. If you want me to switch something up, add stuff, or whatever is on your mind that you would like to let me know about these videos. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.